What's going on, guys? Victor Bryan here from Napster Films, and it's been a while since I made a tutorial, but you get it, I've been busy. Today I'm going to be showing you how to supercharge your footage. The footage that I have here is actually from Canon 70D camera, so it's quite a small camera that it doesn't have high dynamic range. So I just want to show you how to supercharge your footage so that it can look like it's a high quality camera that shoots the video. Let me just kill all this. Let's just build on how you're supposed to start your supercharging your camera. So I'm going to add a node here, and let me just call this CST, and actually another node, and then call it CST out. So if you are careful, you see I have two color space transform nodes. So I'm going to go under effects, I'm going to search for color space transform. I'm going to add it on this node, then select the other one and also add the color space transform. So I'm going to go into my first CST and I'm going to say, let me just turn on the effects here. I'm going to say input color space transform. I'm going to leave it as the timeline. I'm going to let Davinci here work its magic. But here at the output color space, I'm going to tell it I want you to convert into Davinci wide gamut, and I'm going to select that. And the output gamma, I'm going to say Davinci intermediate. When I do that, you can see the image is totally washed out. Then I'm going to go out to my CST out. I'm going to tell it the input color space was a Davinci white gamut, and then the input gamma is Davinci intermediate. So you see what has just happened. The output color space definitely is going to be Rec 709. So I'm going to select Rec 709, and the output gamma, I'm going to say Cineon film loop, because I want to give it a LUT, which is actually maybe I'm going for maybe Kodak 2383 or something like that. So I'm going to say like that, and you can see it doesn't look that okay, but I'm going to add another node after my CST output, and I'm going to rename this. I'm going to close my effects here, and I'm going to right click, go under the LUTs, maybe find some film looks. I can go with Kodak 2383, and you can see we have all this. This is the final look that we're going for. And since I know this footage was shot by a camera that is of lower dynamic range, I'm going to start balancing my clip after this node. So here we can say maybe I see there's too much highlights, so I'm going to bring the gain down. So mind you, this is not a tutorial to teach you how to grade. This is just a tutorial to show you how you can super scale your. You can see the difference. Now I'm overexposing this image so that I can show you guys something. You can see here we have a smooth roll-off. We are not clipping. Yes, the image looks washed out and clipping, but on the parade scale, it just shows like we don't have that fast cut. If you don't transform this footage into a camera that has a higher dynamic range, we will be clipping here. But you can see we have a smooth roll-off, and we can go back to the lifts and just stretch it down. It's behaving like it's shot from a camera that has had high dynamic range. And so let me just reset this, and let's just go back to the beginning. Let's just rename this and say white balance. I can say maybe the highlights are too much. I don't like the whites here, and I'm just going to go down and just reduce the whites, and maybe the shadows a little, and just raise the gamma like that. So maybe add another node, Let's say maybe this one is for contrast and saturation. And the reason that I rename all these nodes is just to help myself know if I go wrong, which node to actually adjust, not just guessing, and I just know all my nodes. And let me just give it a little bit contrast here. And you can see the clip is just behaving like it's from a high-end camera. You can see we have a lot of the skin here is just being seen properly. And let's just maybe bump up the saturation like that. It doesn't matter the camera that you have. You can super scale the footage to look like it was shot from a camera that has a higher dynamic range. Hope you like this one, hope you learned something from this one, and see you next time. I'll catch you in the next one. See you.